society was patient, but now we take it. Anytime we want this game, my situation is entertainment intertwined with information. Alchemist soul, how we move the tassel and roll. It's amazing how we can turn something brass to gold. And we steady making hits. Architect with the prop and the scripts. It's logical that the product will flip. My boy Chef did the lineup. I'm fresh in the bitch. Carnivorous podcast and newest showing the list. DQ on the boat, so I'm rocking the ship. While the music gon' be dope and the artist legit. Hold my beard, concrete cord, then stepped in the door. See, that's my man and he reppin' for show. And true saviors a player with flavor. Lexicon Taylor, lines on point like a laser. We need that paper, we building the vault. Cause you niggas don't listen, y'all be waiting to talk. Lack accountability and try to make it our fault. But opposing us is trying to arm wrestle the hawk. You coming up short on your re-up, nigga we up. Really wouldn't want to be up. I kick my feet up. My beef is wagyu and my trunk is all speakers. Bills is all blue and my blunt is all reefer. Responsible deniability, that boy eater. High quality whack juice by the liter. They like to call us ops, we got Oppenheimer features. That's the bomb out on the island just to teach you.
Trimedia Records. Trimedia Records.
What the shit happen quick. I fell in love with this rapping shit. I just want the love and the happiness. Fresh pepper buzz and the caterpillar. Skills above average. Every single verse, I be slapping shit. I just want the love and the happiness. Fresh pepper buzz and the caterpillar. Let's go. Hit 'em with the Steph Curry emo. Floating on the track like a speedboat. Staying in my prime like I'm Bezos. Eating chopped cheese on the East Coast.
Trimedia Records.
This is my story. Get the story.
On your ID, you see me calling, nigga. Out of this league, a workaholic, nigga. Nickname, Big Jane, big thing. Handle his business, he never switched lanes. Had some brain surgeries in high school. Still came out that bitch a top dude. Moved to the city of the Mavericks. Came out this bitch drunk and classy.
DQ killing the intro as usual. Man, I'm definitely always feeling that, man. What's up with you, Joey? Can you hear me? Let me. This actually, I forgot that you needed a mic check and all that.
Yeah, I could hear you. I don't know if you can hear me.
Nah, you don't sound bad. You don't sound bad.
I don't know what it is, boy. I guess with StreamYard, it seems to gel a little better.
So like how is your mic? Is it like close to your face?
No, what it actually is two earbuds in my ear. So what probably
you got earbuds in your ear?
Yeah, so what happened is
you might actually be better with just the phone to like closer to your face.
No, here's the thing. I lost my phone about a month ago. And
all right, I don't have no more questions. I got you.
My computer mic is running shit.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Are you did you bring your presentation stuff?
Well, I did bring it, but I was just gonna sort of read off the premise. And then maybe go from there. I didn't want to necessarily show the slides, but I could show one or two slides and then we could discuss.
You're gonna have to talk a little bit louder though, Joey.
I said I didn't really want to show the whole presentation, but I'll read off my premise and I have a couple of slides I could show you to start off the discussion. And I also have me reading some of the text on my platform as well. So I have content as well that I can actually play in terms of actually reading some of the text.
Yeah, you're gonna have to talk a little bit louder, bro.
Oh, I'm saying that I have some slides there. I'm gonna read the premise and I might show one or two slides that actually have content of me reading some of the text. So I can show that content as well. And we can kind of go through that direction.
And like, what's your overall premise here? I know that you brought like a bill together, and that you had some points that you wanted to kind of bring together with the evidence. So like, just so briefly for the people stepping in, you got like a quick overview of like where you're headed to.
Yeah, well, the questions were, do all people get to go to heaven in ancient Kemet, and was there oppression?
Right. So he's saying, do
Those were the
all
two
people get to go to heaven in ancient Kemet? That was the first question, right? And to be honest with you, it was a little bit more specific than that, right, Joey? I actually said, do all people in the old kingdom get to go to heaven, right? So that was the
Well,
first one. What did you say? Well, go ahead.
well, since the word is already up there, I'm gonna stick to what you wrote.
I
I'm gonna
mean,
stick to what you wrote because
is
what you
that
wrote
not
doesn't say
what
okay.
you know originally? Like exactly what we said.
I'm gonna say this to you. I agree with you, but you did do the flyer, and if you did do the flyer, you have to stick to what you wrote. Now, if you can tell me somebody else did it, then I'm gonna readjust my presentation. But if you did write that on the flyer, then you have to stick to what you wrote.
I mean, honestly, like the old kingdom should make it specific, and it should make both of our points easier for you to be able to do because you can see the religion. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's a big part. Like you can't talk about the evolution of who goes to heaven unless you include the origin of like how they started who goes to heaven. But
Well,
moving along, you know, so I'm not stuck on that point. We're just talking about the questions right now, right? This is actually why I wanted to step back. Really. I wanted to like give you some space to just do your thing and not be like really going back and forth because you got to set your premise, right? Like you got to set a hard line, and you know, it take you some slides to do that. Where I could just say, you know, they all don't go to heaven, you know.
well, I'm saying this to you. If the flyer says, if the flyer does not specify Old Kingdom, then you can't hold me to that because you guys put out the flyer. So I'm gonna go with the flyer because it doesn't specify Old Kingdom.
All right, fine. Fine. You got it. You can have any period. I'm not even gonna say any period, Joey. I'm not gonna do it
Now I will address.
but
I will
but
address.
you're gonna have to
I will
explain.
address why
Let me
you
just
might.
let you explain what
I
you're
will
talking
address.
about. You hold up, yo. It's already kind of hard to like hear both of us. So I'm saying like you're gonna have to explain what you're saying because I'm making it pretty clear on what I'm saying. Okay.
No, I understand. I understand what you're saying, but I am simply saying to you, it's a misconception that because we now see writings that show us the process, it doesn't mean that before the writing, the policy was not in place, and that is what people are trying to say because they see the text now, and the texts are not even saying anything about anyone's social status as far as the afterlife. It's one blanket, broad ritual and things that you have to do for everyone. It doesn't specify anyone's status. There's no document, primary document that says you have to be rich in order to go into the afterlife. There's no deal. People are making that
All
up.
right. If you say so, that's
Come on.
gonna be on you to have to prove that. So moving on to the second point, right? The second point was what?
That there was no oppression. And when you say oppression, I say oppression in a sense of the English sort of thing. There was a different concept of oppression in ancient times. That doesn't jive with what we know as oppression. As in running around just beating up people and taking the shit. That concept, it wasn't that concept. It was something totally different.
I don't know how oppression can be different. Like I don't understand the scenarios in which
I'll show you, and then you can tell me if you think I'm full of shit. But I
there we go.
actually
There we go.
there's support in
We can
front.
start there. We're gonna start with you
But what I'm
showing.
gonna do is this. What I'll do is this. I'll bring up the actual presentation and just show you the key terms that you need to deal with, and then we can move on from there. And I have maybe two other slides that I can show you some source text. That will help a lot, right? So I'll do that.
You ready to show your screen?
Yeah. Is it up?
Nah, you gotta press the button. Or I gotta press the button. There we go.
Did I? I didn't press share screen.
Yeah, you see it? It says two major arguments.
Right. Two major arguments on the table.
There we go. I need to
Abstract.
talk just like that. You saw you was like, yeah. When you was ready to announce that argument right
Yeah.
there, you need to
Yeah.
talk just like that. You got it.
Two major arguments are on the table. The abstract. In this PowerPoint, I'm going to show that the heaven concept did not exist in ancient Kemet, and there was no oppression in the sense that we know it. So let's get to the
Okay.
key terms. Let's get to the key terms of scrutiny. Now, this is from a concise dictionary of Middle Egyptian, Raymond O'Connor from 2008. This first one here is pet. This is a P. This would be a P sound. This would be a T sound. And this is a accelerative that deals with things related to the sky. So it says sky or heaven. Then it has actual text that you can get into. And I'm going to get into this one here, the West Star 1114. I'm actually going to show that particular context, right? So we can understand what that's about. And this one is text. This is the F on Viper, that's the F sound. This is the K sound, and these are what you call determinatives. If you want to know what those are, I actually have a video where I could get into what determinatives are. But it says to be empty, be wasted through oppression. So those are the key terms there. So would you like to comment on that? Or should I just continue and show the two documents, then we can go from there?
Uh, um. So why is that particular phrase relevant?
Which phrase?
Are you saying that like in order for you to like consider it oppression, it needs to like you need it to say this right here on the wall? Is that what you're saying?
No, no, no. What I'm saying is we're going to an expert who is accepted to show you his understanding of what it says, and then we're going to show you in text how it's actually used, and I'll give you the background of the particular text that we're talking about. So you know that it doesn't necessarily mean they just picked a fight with some dudes and beat some dudes up. That's not the concept of this particular text that I'm going to determine.
I
That is
got
why I
you.
said I'm
All right, pull
so.
it.
All right, so you're good so far. So this here is one of the source texts. This is the West Star Papyrus. These words came to King Khufu from his sons. Khufu was an actual monarch of the fourth dynasty. These stories and the papyrus were written in the 13th dynasty. This retelling of life in the fourth dynasty does not exist in reality. Rather, these stories are meant to entertain the king as he's bored. Each son brings a story to the king, detailing past events from other kings' magicians and a love affair. So this is just a picture of the document from Wikipedia. I'm not gonna make any attempt to read it. I'm just showing it to cover my backside in case anybody say I'm not showing primary text. Now this is the actual text here, and this is from St. Andrew's Corpus. So this is a more palatable way for us to read it. And it says, and they put in the barley, then they made the sky turn into storm and rain. Right? So this is the word here, text. And then
No. Hold, Joy. Hold. Because like I'm trying to figure out why I need all this to be able to either find or not. What does this have to do with it?
this is actually one of the source texts.
I'm even trying to see like if there could be multiple ways to
No,
show oppression or
but
to
what
show
I'm saying to you is, what I'm saying to you is,
the
this is
lack of
one of the
oppression.
no, no, this is not oppression. This is text.
I'm
Forget the
trying to
oppression.
figure out is like why do I need this text to either prove or disprove oppression? That's what I'm trying to figure out. It's
No,
not
this
really
text is not
clear.
about oppression. This is not the text about oppression. This is the text where you see the term "cat" in there, and it's translated as sky. This is one of the source.
Are we talking about going to heaven right now? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm showing you that the word for heaven and sky are synonymous. So when you're talking about going to heaven, it's not the same thing. It's just the word
Okay.
sky. It doesn't have, in this particular case, this particular word, which is a popular word you're going to see, for sky or heaven doesn't have any spiritual connotation whatsoever. So I'm trying to show you that.
Okay, I got you now.
Right. In that particular text. And then and this was actually one of the source texts from the dictionary. So I showed you the original, then I showed you this from St. Andrew's Corpus. And this is another text from Wikipedia. which is from the Mern Pataskele. It says, is, oh God, I didn't copy this right. It's supposed to say, Israel is wasted, his seed is no more, right? So that's just to give you a little context to, and this particular, the first text was, remember the first text was, this text is a text that they try to say Israel was mentioned first. But the text itself is about them fighting some Libyan people who got beat up
Okay.
in this.
Can you
And these people
speak up a little bit?
and these people who they say might be is Israel, we don't know, are foreigners. And this might have been some sort of fight or some sort of rebellion, whatever it might be, right? So
Mm.
this is on the context of them having a fight and beating someone up for whatever reason. So part of the text, they're saying they was them fighting some Libyans, and this might have been some sort of rebellion or some sort of foreign, or whatever the situation might be, something like that. So that's the context of this. So I could stop sharing that, and then you could talk about what you want to talk about, because I think I set a pretty decent premise there. To either to either
what
get
did you
beat
just
or
confirm the things that you was just showing right there?
say it again.
Okay, so the one thing that you attempted to confirm is the word heaven and sky is synonymous, right? I think
Yeah.
you tried to do that. But other than that, like what else are you trying to say? Like you didn't show me nobody going to the heaven. I'm trying to follow.
This is supposed to be a pre-show, correct? So if this is if this is a
Right.
pre-show,
I'm
I don't
I
think
even
I need to.
just
I
gonna
don't think I
bring
need to get into this at this point. I was just setting the premise. I really didn't want to get that deep into the argument before.
all
Logic's
right.
up to you. It's up to you. But I really didn't prepare things to
All right,
get
bro.
into
Go,
the argument.
go ahead. Show me what you got.
No, right. I showed you
Pause.
and I explained to you. That is my basic premise there. I don't want to go too much further into it. I don't want to. I don't. I don't think I need to go any further into it. Do you think I need to go further into it? If we're gonna do another show later on, because we are doing another show later on, right? Like just to ask you about
Honestly, at this point, if I had to be real serious about it, like I don't think that you're confident enough in what you have to be discussing a debate. To be honest with you, like
but
for real,
but
like
what
this, like you're
but
not even
logic,
able to tell me
but
why
logic. I
you're
explained
talking
to you. I
relevant.
didn't want to do a debate.
And then
You said let's
the way you're trying to use the terms as if the cosmic journey that the pharaoh takes is simply like it's
you
not
did
something like you know.
no.
So like, let me ask you a question, right?
But
Let's
hold
let's
on, logic. But hold on, logic. We discussed that this was supposed to be a pre-show to the other show, correct?
You didn't show nothing. I'm trying to figure out what you showed meant, and you're not telling me what it meant. And you like, well,
No,
this is just a pre-show, and I'm like, so what that
no,
mean?
I'm explaining to you that when you use the term heaven simply means sky. It doesn't have anything to do with any religious or
I'm
spiritual kind of
actually,
thing.
I actually don't agree. I don't
That's what I'm saying.
I think that that's a good starting point, right? So then you showed me the something from the Benepta Stella, right, with the word Israel on there. So
The word
what do them two things have anything to do with each other? That's where I'm confused.
it's
And
two separate, but I'm setting forth two separate premises at the same time. They're not they're not connected because you challenging me in two different ways. So I'm just setting forth how I'm going to challenge both of those things. I didn't deal with the individual premise at this point in time. You understand? I said this means this means that. This is how I'm gonna attack it. I didn't come prepared to really get deep into each one individually. I'm just giving you a basic overview as you said. Now, if it's confusing, I apologize. But the two are not connected. That's just basically saying this means this means that. This is how this is used. This is how that is. Just to give you a first hand, and then when I get deeper, I can break them down deeper and explain why heaven is not heaven and why what you see there is not oppression. I could definitely show you. I could definitely show you some more source text with that same word. Text. I'm prepared to do that to show you that none of them even say oppression, and it's the exact same term. I can show you that. I can definitely show you that if you like to look at that.
Okay.
But I think pretty much when you do the heaven, the heaven and afterlife, if you don't know, is a is a is a pretty complicated thing. And I really wasn't prepared
It's actually not that complicated, Joey.
it's more complicated than you think, Justin.
No, it's not. Either they take that solar boat or they don't. Right? Either they take that ladder up into the sky, like you said, or they don't.
I want you to show me a ladder to the sky, though, because I've never seen a ladder to the sky.
You say what?
I've never seen a ladder to the sky, so I want you to show me.
Oh, you've never seen a ladder?
I know I've never seen them say that in some of the text. I know about the solar bar.
You know about the solar boat. You never
I
heard
did.
about, but you never heard about the ladder.
I'll be honest, no. No.
That's what's up. I mean,
You want me to lie?
I read. Maybe it's on there. Maybe it's not. We know about the solar boat. I mean, we both can confirm that. But my point is that either you see people going up into the sky or they don't. Right? Like either they go up and be amongst the stars or they don't.
No, I'm not saying that.
But you said it was complicated. Is it more complicated than that?
I'm not saying that you might not find instances of people ascending. But at the end of the day, if you have a heaven, you must have a hell, and there is no hell in ancient Kemet. You don't go to hell.
Say that one more time.
If you have a heaven, you must have a hell, and there is no hell in ancient Kemet. You go before my eye, and if your soul is found wanted, you get eaten by Amen. And that's for you. That's it.
I'm saying anything about hell.
You're done.
I'm saying that the walls are going to show the Pharaoh going up to heaven on his solar boat. Is it going to show anybody else on the solar boat?
It's going to show you that they have text of Pharaoh, they have text of other prominent people such as priests and overseers and other things like that, who are not rulers.
Riding the solar boat of Ra.
The afterlife is for everybody. If you don't read the text,
Pull it up.
if you don't read the
pull it up. You just told me the Benepta Stella. Pull it up.
All right. Give me a second. I actually have me reading the text. So let me just go to my video and show you me reading the text.
Yeah.
One second. You see, man? You set me up, bro. You set me up, bro. I'm disappointed in your mind. You set me up, boy. And it's good for me.
I'll still set him up.
And it's good for me, you know?
Some kind of way.
And it's good for me. And it's good for me. You know why? Because I should have came prepared. So
Some kind of way I still set him up.
you did. Or maybe I set myself up.
Yeah.
I probably set myself up. Don't
Yeah.
worry.
Hey, listen, real quick.
Don't worry. I'm still prepared, huh? I'm still prepared.
Well, you done said you weren't prepared 17 times, so let's get to the other part. What's up, Blavitt?
Who am I talking to?
Come on, man.
So I'm getting jumped now? That's what we doing?
I don't know anything about Egypt. I can't do that. Or Kemet. I don't even know what you're talking about.
Man,
What's up?
I want to be wrong about this solar boat. I want to be wrong about somebody else taking the celestial journey into the heavens. I need to be wrong about this. I do.
I've got a question.
Yep.
Yeah,
Are y'all setting the premise? Is this about setting the premise or premises for the debate, or are y'all just having a freestyle conversation?
I'm trying. I came
All right,
on
do me
here
a
to
favor.
say,
Hey, Joey, when you do talk, because your microphone is bad, you're going to have to talk loud, bro.
it seems to me, I came on here soft shoeing,
Mm-hmm.
fucking around, and Logic said, "We're not having none of that soft shoe shit tonight."
Yeah.
And I could definitely show me reading some text that will answer some of his questions.
No, you can answer the questions, Joey. That's not a problem. You got to mute when I'm talking. You got to mute when you're not talking.
It's a work day, Joe.
Yeah, so like when you show up, Joey, you got to mute your mic. When you're not talking, you got to mute, or it's going to come off bad as a show. So, let's keep it simple. Let's keep it plain, real quick. You pull up that information Logic asked you for that you're not gonna be able to find, and let's figure out what is the first premise of the debate. Because I think y'all gonna talk yourself out of this debate, and Logic is frustrated already.
Well, the problem is that it is really simple, and like him dancing to try to make it complicated is making that frustrating, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because what I said was really specific about people being able to get into the same place that the Pharaoh was, right?
Mm-hmm.
I tried to say that in a couple of different ways. I started by saying, let's just do Old Kingdom because that's the kingdom everybody's fighting for. You want to be the original Egyptians, not the people in the Middle Kingdom after they've been conquered once or twice, right? You want the original African culture, right? So looking at it that way, I thought I was trying to actually help his cause by telling him, hey, you should do Old Kingdom. That's actually what you want. You want to be able to show whatever you're showing happen in the Old Kingdom. So that should be the first topic, and the second topic should be he's going to show.
Stay right there, Logic. Put that into a premise for me though, like a question.
Is there? Can everyone get into heaven in the Old Kingdom?
Old what kingdom? Egypt? Old ancient Egyptian kingdom?
Old Kingdom, ancient Egypt.
Okay.
I said,
Hold on. Let's at least test something before we start fixing it. Can anyone get into heaven? They call it heaven. Anyone get into heaven in the Old Kingdom? Is that good enough? I
believe they call it a couple different things, and that's usually like time period related. Hold up a second, Joey. Like that's usually time period related. I believe like if you source it, it'll be called like the celestial journey.
Mm-hmm.
It may not necessarily be considered the field of Reeves yet during that time period. But there's like a chronology to it. You know what I'm saying? Like you'd actually have to see there's a process from which they just do the solar boat and he turned into a star in heaven to my way in his heart. Like there's a different time period where they're doing different things on how you actually get into heaven. And like just I'm not hearing it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's some of the stuff that you need to know for it to be kind of like somewhat simple. So like how are we gonna have a conversation if you don't know that that's happening in two different time periods?
We are. It's easy to do. We are. All right, Joey, come off mute for a second.
I want you to show me when the way.
No. Stay right there. No, don't jump the gun.
He said something.
Don't jump the gun. Don't jump
I want him
the gun.
to show me where in the Old
Joey,
Kingdom.
can you hear me, Joey?
I heard you.
Okay, now I'm talking. Stop talking, bro. Please. It makes it loud because you got the echo. You ain't got an echo, we wouldn't have this issue. All right. Does this question make sense is what I'm asking you?
No.
Okay, so what needs to be changed about the question? We got to set the premise. Y'all just up here kind of, I want to get it before y'all take yourself out of the
Let me rephrase it. I don't agree with the question. I think
okay, so what would be a better question?
No, he can ask the question. But anyway, he asked it, I'm still going to say it's clearly in the forefront.
No, I'm not doing that. I'm saying grammatically, if I put this on a flyer, does it grammatically make sense?
Yeah,
do they know?
How do you want to say it, Joe?
Right. Do people know what are people going to know that they're
I'm saying I'm saying I don't think we need to put a time period on it, as far as I'm concerned. We can discuss what we need to discuss to show what we need to show. We don't need to put a time period on it. It's not going to be
So
much.
the question would be, can anyone get into heaven?
It's broad,
That's what you wrote.
and
That's what
I
you wrote.
think he loses. Like I just,
That's what you
I'm
wrote, bro.
trying to.
That's what you wrote. So you have to tell
I'm
me.
sorry, no, that's not what I wrote. He's one of the debaters. I asked him what is the first premise. That from his point of view, that's what the first premise is. You're the other debater. I'm trying to get y'all to agree on it. One of the most important parts of a debate is what are y'all debating? Because what happens is if y'all don't at least come to if y'all don't come to an agreement on that, then when y'all get to the debate, the excuse to be, well, I didn't agree with the question anyway. So I'm trying to get at least a universal question first.
Okay. Number one, it's a debate or is it a discussion? Let's get down.
That's fine. It could be a discussion. Let's just
No, I'm asking the question because I want to know. If it's a debate, then because I said I didn't want to debate, and it was agreed that I didn't want to debate. That we don't have to debate. We can come on, do a pre-show, set the premise. Let me get my thing together, and I can do a presentation. That was the agreement. I'm not saying he can't disagree and he can't say what he wants to say. But if it's a debate, let me know it's a debate. I wasn't comfortable with the idea of a debate.
Okay.
I don't think I need to debate. I think we can have a discussion.
So then y'all don't need to have a discussion live. If it's just a discussion, we talk all the time. You can do it in the Discord.
Okay.
Logic? Am I confused or something? Because the title of this says debate Joey versus Logic.
I'm definitely
okay. No. I'm asking the question. If you want to do a debate, let's do a debate. But
do you want to do a debate, Logic?
I don't mind doing it. I want him to actually be like prepared. I don't want him to be like, see, like right now, the fact that we can't pinpoint his argument like that, to me, it shows that he don't have a handle on what he's saying. Like that's what you're saying ain't clear because you're not describing it well.
No, you're saying you're putting the time period on it. I said we're gonna have to put a time period on it. Let's just say, do all people get to go to the afterlife? You don't even have to use the word heaven. We can say afterlife. I think that's a more appropriate word. You can say that.
Okay. Afterlife.
You don't necessarily have to put a time period on it.
So what do you mean by everybody? Explain that.
Okay, it seems you're trying to say only people of certain status would get to go to the afterlife. Are you saying that? All right. Okay, cool.
You're right. So to be clear, I'm saying when you say everyone, you talking about like everybody gets to go. That's what you're saying.
No matter what status they have. And you would only be able to see.
Not like by what metric are you using? Because there's nothing even there to imply that everybody knows. So I'm trying to figure out like how can you show it? That's what
let's agree on the question.
No, I know he has to tell me what he means by everybody. Because you can't show
everyone.
He answered you.
Show me everybody that goes. Right?
Logic. He answered your question. He said everyone. He answered your question. What else do you need?
And you also have to understand.
Hold on, stop, Joey. I'm trying to figure this out. What is it that you asking him? Because he keep answering you, but you're not taking his answer. So what don't you like about his answer?
It's too easy, bro.
It's too easy for you or too easy for him?
It's too easy for me.
Okay,
I'm trying to help him out. Maybe he's not hearing me. Help him out. But okay, everybody, right, Joey? The whole planet, everybody, right, Joey?
This is only a concept that deals with the ancient Kemetic.
No, the whole planet, everybody, right, Joey?
No,
the way you say Joey is so diabolical.
Now, don't be ridiculous.
I need to know what he knows. See, now
We know we're only talking about ancient Kemet.
he was gonna be like, "Oh, I didn't mean everybody."
So then turn the question into specificity. Hey Joey, how would you make the question more specific? Then can anyone get into the afterlife? Does everyone what?
In ancient Kemet get into the afterlife? Since you want to be specific.
Okay. Well, premises are specific. Does everyone in ancient Kemet get into the afterlife? No matter what. No matter what. No matter what. No matter what.
Wait. No. Now, hold on. Let me. Now, hold on. Let me think about this for a second because I might really be setting myself up. Because there is a criteria, and the criteria is once your heart is not found wanting, then you can get into that. So I ain't gonna let you set me up and say that.
I don't even know.
It doesn't deal with status.
Who set you up?
No, I'm telling you, it deals with the weighing of the heart. Once your heart is
I don't
equal,
care. I'm just trying to set the premise.
you can enter into the afterlife.
Okay, so does everyone?
So
That has nothing to do.
I'm
But
not.
he's framing it as a social thing. He's saying it has to do with your social standing. If you're not the Pharaoh, you can't get in, and that's not true.
Mm-hmm.
So this is where we have to separate the bullshit. You're simply saying it's a status thing, and I'm saying no.
Star M. Kai.
He's asking a better question. Is everybody?
Look at this question. Was everyone eligible for the afterlife?
That's a better question than he's asking, right? See, like he's not asking a good question. I'm not even sure how to answer that. Is everybody eligible?
No, wait.
I'm not even gonna. That's a Sarim Kai's question.
No, that's not a Sarim Kai's question. He's saying that's a better question. I'm assuming this. Put it in the chat, Asar. He's saying that that's a better question than we're trying to come to the premise. He's saying that's a better premise of a question than what we have. I'm going to assume that's what he's saying.
It absolutely is.
Would you agree, Joseph?
I think what you're going to find there, though,
I think that
let him talk.
I think that we have to put an ancient Kemet.
Okay, I don't mind putting ancient Kemet. Is that okay, Logic?
Is
that okay, Logic?
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Okay. So was everyone eligible for the afterlife in ancient Kemet? Thank you, Asar. Actually, ASR, if you want to be a judge, you're more than welcome to come up, bro. When we do the debate, whenever we set the date, I'd appreciate it if you judge the more factual side, if you don't mind.
Asar Kai would probably love to hear me get shit wrong about Egypt.
Oh yeah, he most certainly would.
He probably would. I know he would.
That would make his day. So was well, remember we gotta have somebody that's knowledgeable on the Egyptian side, and then somebody just watching the form of the debate that can grade what's right and wrong.
Honestly, for real, that's actually pretty cool. If he's actually willing to do it, that's even more reason, Joe, to be prepared, bro. Because he's gonna be dissecting my argument and your argument. You know what I'm saying? And be able to like for real, you're gonna have to, because coming from where you at right now, I don't even think that you understand the weight of that question right there. Because that's a super deep question. I love the
way you fight, bro.
That's a lot of historical context just to be able to answer that question.
It's not. I would agree with you, but when you don't know the history and you're going by some faulty premise,
you don't know the history. Who get into heaven right now?
There is no quote unquote heaven.
Hey, Asar, what about that question? Keep it a buck though. Y'all remember me judging other events? I don't. But maybe they do. I don't. All right, so that's the original premise. That's the premise. Do y'all agree at least on that premise? Was everyone eligible for the afterlife in ancient Kemet?
Yeah, I stand on that. I'm not even sure how to answer that question. Real talk.
Yeah, but that's what study is for. Does it support your point?
I mean, It
Put
would
it
be
like this: Are you
at
the nay?
that
Are you
point.
the nay side?
I don't know where I would stand. Like I don't even know if everybody's eligible. Like I said, I don't know how to answer that question. So like,
So what was y'all original
so
premise then?
understand this. Understand this. The difference, right?
Okay.
You hear him keep saying the word everybody, right? So I'm telling him that no, what you see is nobles, right? You see royals and you see artisans going to heaven, right? Those are the people who have the wall painting. And it's originally just simply because they're elitist. And then secondly, like as time moves on, they basically just allow it to become capitalized or democratized, rather, whatever word that you'll see them use. They allow like people to buy their way into heaven. I mean, that's just what the story is. And like from so to say who's eligible, right, becomes a tough question. Like, I mean, if you eligible, if you got the money at a certain time point, right? But then we talking about another time period where you just like it's a bloodline thing. They just wasn't, you know what I'm saying? You absolutely wasn't. But that would be the good historical context, right? Where we don't have to like convolute it with the politics of the Middle Kingdom and who's like in control of Egypt at the time and all that kind of shit.
Well, what if we added an addendum to the question of, okay, so we good at was everyone eligible for the afterlife in ancient Kemet? There could be a second supporting question, meaning then you could say, does everyone get in? That'll still go back to your original that'll still go to your original purpose.
Now think about this though. You're
Okay,
basically saying find out what is the punishment for stealing 5 apples in ancient Egypt. So I gotta go and find some municipal record of when a nigga actually did steal 5 apples. Like that's what you basically trying to like that's what I'd be digging up. I'd be trying to find the maybe one exception guy who does get into it, because it's not going to be a lot, but like that's a lot of digging for a question he ain't even asking, right? He's trying to say that everybody gets in, like as if those people who don't belong to the elite class can get in.
No, but
it doesn't serve.
Hold on, Elijah. Okay, I got what you mean. I got what you mean, Elijah.
no, but hold on. Elijah. The reason why he said was everyone eligible for the afterlife in ancient Kemet is because it's a given that everyone would not get into the afterlife. So when you're asking that question, I'm setting myself up now for you to come in with an underhanded no blow. So him saying was everyone eligible is really the better question, because everyone is not going to get in. So the better question was you're asking was everyone eligible to get in. So that is why we're taking it that way.
Well, that's why I'm trying to figure out, if everybody's not getting in, why are you using the word everybody when you say they getting in? That's why I'm saying, what do you mean by everybody? I keep saying that.
All I'm saying is logic. The reason why I'm saying everyone is not going to get in is not because of social status. The reason is because they weigh your heart, and if your heart is not lighter than a feather, your soul gets devoured. That has nothing to do with social status. I'm not making a social status claim. I'm making a moral claim that if you don't pass the muster and your heart ain't worth it.
So logic, aren't you? But y'all saying the same thing then?
No. He's making it a social status thing. I'm saying it's about the weighing of the heart. It doesn't matter your social status on earth. He's making it a social thing. That's not what I'm saying.
Are you saying that it's social logic? I'm asking. Like if they weigh the heart and the social, go ahead.
If he weighs his heart and he can't get in, does he get into heaven, Brass?
No.
Okay, you got one clear example right there how everybody ain't getting in, right?
Yeah.
So and that's not the question, right? His
logic.
His question.
The reasoning you're saying people, it's an elitist system, and people are not eligible because of their social status. I'm saying
right. So
it's a moral thing.
Right.
And no matter what the social status was, in
eligible.
So then, what's wrong with the word eligible, Elijah?
The term eligible
is a better word.
Like I'm not sure how you would define that, because my understanding of it is like the king can do whatever the hell he wants. He could make his barber come to heaven with him. He could now at the same time but he still doesn't take the same journey, right? He can become one of like the king's retainers or some kind like that. But as far as anybody else becoming like a divine entity, like that is only the pharaoh is the only person doing that. And the only time you see
go on that road
later when people are able to like pay for it.
You have to don't go down that road.
What road? Don't go down what road?
You definitely don't want to say only the ruler can become a divine entity.
That becomes a god. See what I'm saying?
No.
Mm.
I'm saying you can go down that road, but I don't think you want to go down that road. Because I'm definitely could show you several
I don't know what road you want.
who were not royal, who became.
This sounds like it's not a good premise, to be quite
I'm
honest.
telling you, like it's not good. He don't even understand what he's saying.
No, I'm saying this don't sound like y'all having like a. I don't think y'all can be able to come to a conclusion on. This is why y'all meet beforehand, but I don't mind. We can do it live. But y'all never agreed on the premise in the first place. What it sounds like.
I mean, we did, and he tried to whip out of it. Like for real, it was just as simple as does everybody go to the whole kingdom.
We didn't hear you because it's an echo. You got to mute your mic, Joey. I apologize, but it's your mic that I'm apologizing for.
Yeah, it was everybody. Does everybody go to heaven in the old kingdom? Right. It should be real simple. You know what I'm saying? You're talking about the probably, I guess the most coveted form of the whole culture shit, right? That's exactly what you want. I was going to have the conversation there, have him be right or be wrong. You know what I'm saying? He can show me his example or show me the process of somebody else becoming deified. That's just it. Like other than that, everybody, even if they die and are serving the king in the afterlife, like that still isn't everybody. Like he's gonna take his servants, right, and everybody else they ain't in, like, you know what I'm saying? And even his servants don't take the divine journey, right? The other side of or weighing the heart and all that. That's just him. He the one who passes, like.
So the original title, Joey, the original title doesn't work for you?
What I'm saying is we have to know that.
You got to speak up.
He specifically said the reason why people don't get in is because of their social status. I'm saying no. If you don't get in, it's not because of social status. It's because you're not worthy of getting in. So I don't want. I want to pin it down. If you don't get in, the reason is not your social status. The reason is because you just didn't have the money.
Hold on.
Your heart is not wanted.
Hold on one second.
I told him what the nuanced conversation, and he thought I was just talking bullshit. There is plenty of nuance.
Can't pin it down. I don't know how we're gonna do it, guy.
Hold on, just be patient, bro.
No, I want you to know I am.
Are you saying don't be patient? I'm saying be patient. You're just saying no.
Patient, but he has to sit somewhere.
You have to understand. If you're asking that question and we're thrashing out the question, then you have to specify the reason why they wouldn't get in, and not just say people ain't gonna get in. You're making a specific. Have to pin you down for a specific reason as to why they don't make it in. And tell you my reason that you don't make it in is not the same as yours. Because I'm not going to let you wiggle out of it now by just saying that and then try to make me feel you're right. My reason is not the same as your reason. So I pin you down.
I'm not gonna let you. You know what, Joey? I don't know if I'm in like I don't. That sound mean spirited, and I don't want to say it. I really don't. But for real, like his argument of is everyone eligible, right? Is nowhere near the same as asking, does everyone go? Like that's completely different of a conversation, and you know that's not what your argument was. I said it's a better question. One, I'm not prepared to answer. I don't know. I'm not going to sit and act like I know. But you acting like you know who get to go to heaven, and I'm saying I don't. I think that you could be wrong. So bring your information on that. So you trying to piggyback on his conversation ain't confusing me. I'm telling you I don't know. Like I don't know. I don't know who's eligible
When
or
you
what
see,
that process is.
when you see, here once again.
Let me ask you a question. Listen to this. Let me ask y'all both a question. So stop me when you hear one that makes sense, or just write down the numbers. Keep the numbers in your head of a title that makes sense. Did all souls enter the afterlife in ancient Kemet? Hearts on the Scale was the afterlife for everyone. The Field of Reeds or Oblivion, who truly qualified in Kemet? Weighing the Heart, did common people reach paradise in Kemet? Was the Kemetic afterlife a universal promise or an exclusive privilege? Was the afterlife truly open to all Egyptians? Did any of those make sense?
A bunch of them. A couple of them made sense. What are they, just like potential titles?
Right. So I took the question that Joey's saying, and Joey, they're saying they can't hear you. So you're going to have to go somewhere and speak up.
Maybe like close to the wall. You know what I'm saying?
Or he just had to be louder.
Yeah, he could lean on the wall. He could lean on the wall and talk into the wall, and the noise will bounce back into his phone. We'll get a little, you know what I'm saying?
Right. So it says, was the afterlife so was the afterlife truly open to all Egyptians? Is that a better title, Logic and Joey?
That was the afterlife what for all Egyptians?
Was the afterlife truly open to all Egyptians?
Is it open to all Egyptians?
Joseph, yes or no?
I'm gonna say no.
I got others, but
I'm gonna say no.
I'm gonna agree with Logic on that one.
Okay, fine. Cool. No, stay right there. Did all souls enter the afterlife in ancient Kemet?
No.
Okay. Was the afterlife for everyone?
No.
Wait. You could say was the afterlife for everyone, regardless of social status. I could deal with that. Because
that's actually pretty good, Logic. Because I was kind of thinking that when I read it, because that would cover you to me, and that would cover the social thing that he's trying to get to. What you thinking?
Or maybe we should.
All right.
I'll
do it.
Let's put the word eligible in.
No. Don't just agree to it because you got to work towards this. I'm saying, does that make sense?
I mean,
hold on, Joey. Was the afterlife for everyone, regardless of social status, in ancient Kemet?
No.
So you don't like the question?
I mean, I like the question. I mean, I'm cool with it.
No, don't answer the question, nigga. That nigga said no.
You have to use the word. You have to use the word available because it's a given that everyone would not make it in. But
okay, so you dig that. Hold on. So you dig that title. I mean, you dig that premise, Logic.
I could work with that because we have to take it
Logic.
account.
I think if you fight me on this, you just fighting at this point.
I mean,
because it covers you. It covers
available
you and him.
Sounds so stupid, man. I mean, available
no, because we have to.
Like, could anybody have been standing here and been selected for this thing? Like, I mean, potentially, there's a chance that he could have been there.
Yeah, but I mean, that's minutia, though. I mean, listen. Okay, let's also agree, both of y'all. Let's also agree on something.
I mean, why are we suddenly taking out everybody now? Like that was like the whole part about.
No, it's not. It's not. I said was the afterlife available? I could put instead of everybody. If you like,
I got you.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I can put everybody. That's not a problem.
Here's the minutia of,
I might just have to work with it. It just maybe.
No. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen, what I'm saying. I'm trying to compromise because he keeps talking about social status,
right?
And you keep talking about everybody. So why not just like not mash the two, but make it where it's like a something that can work where y'all can. Because see, here's the thing for both of y'all. There's gonna be some work involved. I know y'all both heard each other's argument and y'all think you ain't gotta study. You're gonna have to study and do something though. It ain't gonna be easy.
I'm not trying to get out of the study.
I didn't say that.
I'm trying to get out of making this broader than it like it really needs to be, right? Because are you so let's put Old Kingdom on that too. Since you want the word available, I want Old Kingdom.
No, I took available out. I said was the afterlife for everybody, regardless of social status in ancient Kemet. I don't think Old Kingdom would be. I don't think he'll fight you on that.
Yeah, I don't need that if that's the case.
Okay, so ancient. Then I'll let him choose the end in ancient Kemet or Old Kingdom because I don't know if that's the same.
He could just say ancient Egypt. He can
ancient Egypt.
He can have all of Egypt at that point.
Okay, then in ancient Egypt, are you cool with that, Joseph?
I have to be cool with it.
No, I didn't say you have to do anything but be black and dark.
No. I'm gonna deal with it when the debate comes as to what my
and then also okay. So here's the question. Look at the screen. This is the question. Also, I know y'all know how to negotiate. I negotiate for a living. I am sure y'all know both sides don't get to leave elated.
So
that's not how negotiation is.
Tell me this title again. Let me make sure I'm not giving up too much ground.
Was the afterlife for everybody, regardless of social status in ancient Egypt? I think that's a hell of a good question.
Was it for everybody?
Hey, by the way, shouts to y'all. If y'all don't know, we're doing a debate league, except in our debate league, it isn't free conversation. We're actually going to be paying for the winners. Chef will give y'all more information. We're trying to bring some finance to the conversation. So, this will be like a rough draft. It's going to be a paid league. It's going to be multiple debates on multiple topics. It doesn't have to be ancient anything. It doesn't even have to be conscious. We're even having fun debates. Jordan versus LeBron. We having political debates. We're having civic debates. We just want to bring the conversation, but I'm getting a little irritated with all the people talking on these shows for free, and then all the chatty patties that are so brilliant in the chat. We want to give that opportunity. I'm tired of hearing the leaders of these shows talk. They don't know anything. So I want to talk to the people in the chat because you guys give a lot of good information. You just need an opportunity. So we're opening the debate league. We're doing a show on it in 2 weeks to announce it. But this would be like a rough draft to see. So all right, so that's to y'all. So this man's name is Rufus Wilson. Whoa.
I'm not gonna mess with it though, but I see Babylon Dunn out there. He acting like he's scared though. You know what I'm saying?
He ain't gonna bust it. His name is Babylon Won't Bust a Break.
Babylon Dunn.
Shouts to him. I just appreciate that he watches all the time.
Yeah, for sure.
Shouts to him.
That link.
Just keep watching, G. I really don't want him to hit the link at this point. I just want to make sure that he leaves 6 to 7 comments.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, I like him because the chat is theirs. That chat ain't ours. People like Babylon Dunn and Anathema and Shakir and all those guys, they run it. That's theirs. We just, we need them. They need us. It's a symbiotic relationship. All right. So listen.
So we just gonna go ahead and do the title. I'm gonna move on off of that.
No, it's not the title. This is just a premise, Logic. Y'all had 2 premises. This is just one of them. Was the afterlife for everybody, regardless of social status in ancient Egypt? That's it. That's just a premise. Y'all had 2. I just wanted to at least lock down the first one.
Now, money is definitely social status, right?
Obviously, Logic. If you're giving away pieces of your debate, you're the one messing up right now. Because I already know where you're going with this. I can see the hamster wheel going. You already know what direction to go. Joey is definitely not going to be the A side of this conversation. Not at all. He's going to need every archer, arrow, and bow to help him with this one.
All right. If you
All right,
say
so
so.
we moving on. What's the second
You can't do
premise?
that with Joey, bro. You can't put none of that on.
No. Listen. We'll have that conversation sideways. Let's at least do the premise. We've been an hour already. So
You're right.
let's do the because that way because the chat don't need to hear that part.
No, I'm
All
just
right.
saying, like,
What
the little
is
stuff
the
right there? You can't do that with Joey, bro. You can't.
what? Okay, so run. I know. We already know. So you know,
Now, hold on.
that's how them work.
So, Brad, you the moderator. You put extra sauce on it, bro.
I'm not the
No.
moderator.
Are you gonna be the moderator?
If y'all ask me to, I'm just coming here to help y'all move the show along because all y'all gonna do is argue with each other. I bet it did Discord with y'all already. Y'all was never gonna get to where y'all just got one-on-one.
All right,
Y'all probably the show would probably be over if it was up to y'all two right
I hate that I know enough about Egypt to know that you wrong about stuff that you saying. I hate it. I hate it.
Me?
No, I'm talking about Joey.
It's okay.
Stuff that
Okay.
No, that's fine.
I
You got a whole Discord
about
of people
Egypt
that'll
and
help him.
debate him about Egypt. This is
You
crazy.
got a whole Discord of people that'll help him. You about to fight the whole Magi Archers.
No, and that'll probably be the best part of it because I think the homies will actually show up for him. I think the
They'll
homies
definitely show up for him.
Yeah, but I can't ask for help because that's not fair.
No,
I
you
can't
can
ask
get
for
help.
that'll
You
be.
mean you can't get help. You most certainly can get help. Ain't nobody telling you
What's
not
wrong
to
with
get help.
that, bro? Like for
No.
real, man, you crazy. You
No,
got a
'cause-
certain guy right there, bro.
Yeah, you
Like,
got a Sardin Kai.
you
You
got
got
a good resource
you got
right there.
who else is an archer? That good
You know
guy.
who the archers
CD?
are,
You got
don't
all kind of you got all kind of help.
Don't act like
Because
you
when
don't.
Logic, because if and when Logic wins, that means he beat your whole Discord.
And this
See,
is
that's
why
the difference. See, you might not want to deal with that part.
but listen, if Logic brings good points and Logic wins the debate, then I
Yeah, that means he beat your whole Discord. So let's get to the second point. So the second point, give me the gist of the second point so we can come to the premise. So what was the gist of it? Logic, take 30 seconds. What's the gist of it?
That there's no that you won't find any forms of oppression in ancient Egypt. That's the gist.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Hold on. I put the cigar down for that one. Wait, so can you take 10 seconds and explain that? You won't find any forms of oppression in ancient Egypt?
Right, Joey?
not in the sense that you're talking about, no.
Right. Not in the sense that I'm talking about. Now we gotta map out what he's talking about when he say
No, we just got to do the same process.
he is using English, right? He can't be talking about nothing other than what the definition of the word is, right?
Well, oppression is a cultural view, so I can't look at it through the lens of English speakers because there are certain
I
words.
need some help in the chat. Does that question even make sense?
Word.
And then offer
Certain
maybe
words
a different premise.
that don't really translate in English, and if you translate them, they're complicated concepts that we're trying to understand. And if you study the language, you would know that some of these concepts are very complicated, and they just throw in words that you can understand it there, and the word don't mean what they say it means. Once you have a cultural context, you know it doesn't mean the same thing. You're just throwing words in there for people who don't.
All right, I got you. So this is one of the parts right here where I'm asking you to be clear, right? When you say oppression, right? What are you going to describe that we won't see in ancient Egypt?
The concept that the ancient Kemetic people are just running around wild, beating up people and taking their shit.
You got to speak up, Joey.
What I'm saying is, you're implying that the ancient Kemetic people were just running around, beating the fuck out of people, taking their shit for no reason.
Oh, you mean like a raid? Like just raiding and pillaging? They wasn't. That's what you mean.
No reason, without a context of possibly self-defense or other.
Right. So you're familiar that they actually did kind of like they did a little squabble back and forth, but you said it was a good reason, right?
No. What I'm saying is, it wasn't simply because I want to take the shit. That's what I'm saying. We we as modern people gonna judge if it's a good reason or not. I'm just saying the reason wasn't just I want to beat them and take the shit. They had a
No,
back.
but you do acknowledge that they actually had, they had conflict in ancient Egypt, right? You acknowledge that.
I'm not saying there was no conflict.
Okay,
I'm just saying
I'm shocked you used that.
conflict would have had to be for a good reason then, right? It wasn't the conflict wasn't oppression, is what you trying to say.
I'm saying from their point of view, their reason wouldn't simply be I'm gonna beat you up and take this shit. The conflict had to be a little deeper than I'm gonna beat you up and take this shit. It's not that can't be the full reason why they went to fight somebody. They had much deeper reasons.
Right. So now, let's be clear, right? Because now you have to have insight into what the Egyptians were thinking when they went to go pillage, right? You need all of that to prove that, right? Am I tripping, Brad?
I'm saying
That's what it sounds like to me.
I'm saying that the word pillage does not apply in the broad sense. Say, I'm just gonna beat you up and take you.
Chef gonna come mess this whole thing up, bro. I'm scared of dropping.
Well, we right there. Pause. Damn, I just said we right there. Lord,
every conflict had a reason, and it wasn't just a blanket. Maybe you might see that. Maybe you might not see that.
It's in the group text. It's in the group text. Okay. What's the name? Said. Listen. Hey, listen. He says. I put it in the group text, Chef. So it says, and y'all get in that Discord, bro. I'm looking for debaters to put some money in their pocket. Damn it.
Definitely come.
Did Egypt oppress people or justified laws? Does that make sense?
This let me see. This one ain't as good as the last one. The last one was good. Let me see. This one ain't as good.
All right. Okay. So listen. All right. So we're gonna go back to a group of questions till we find one. Joey, check this out. I'm gonna get away from was it truly free of oppression? I'm gonna go to Kemet, land of equality or land of hierarchy? Yes or no?
That's not really addressing what we're talking
Okay,
about.
stop. Did ancient Egypt, because if one of y'all disagree, I'm not, as soon as one of y'all say no, I'm gonna move forward. Did ancient Egypt oppress its people or was it just order under my eye?
I could run with that. I could work with that stuff.
I don't like that one.
Okay.
I could work with that.
Pharaohs in power. Okay. No, that's not. That doesn't make sense. What's coming? Did the glory? Okay, Kemet's social classes, natural order or an oppressive system?
I don't like that one because we're not really.
Okay, you don't got to explain. Was ancient Egypt an exception to oppressive? Was ancient Egypt an exception to oppressive societies? Logic, you're gonna like the next one, I think.
I don't think I like that one either.
Okay, now let me ask you: do y'all both like this one? Did ancient Egypt balance Mayat, or did it just mask oppression?
I could work with that one, man. That catches my.
I think I like a Logic. I actually like that one. That's a good question.
He say like
no. I'm asking you. Think about the question. Think about the question. Did ancient Egypt balance Mayat, or did it mask oppression? So that kind of goes to both of what y'all was saying when y'all had an issue with the question.
That honestly, I think that both of those things could be true at the same time. I'd like to see if you could prove it. So if you want to read the question, you can. But I honestly think that you can show that, but I don't think that you can show that.
No, I don't think Joey can. But I know. He said he liked it though. So if he run,
I kind of like it too. I
like because the thing is, it gives you something to study, and then on top of that, I did debates in college and stuff. You also want to learn new stuff. You don't when you go into a debate saying you know everything and you just gonna take what you already know and wipe the dude off the plate. Pause. But what should happen is you take what you already know. You got to learn his premise at this case, right? So if you got to learn his premise, then what should happen as you studying for the debate is you should actually learn something new about his argument and learn new things about your argument too. And a question like that, a question like, did ancient Egypt balance Ma'at or mask oppression? That's even a good question for the chat. Because you still got a crowd. But hold on. I got to do my Al Heyman thing. So if I'm Al Heyman, what's the other dude? Is Al Heyman, who's the dude that used to manage De La Hoya? I don't know. The other old guy in Vegas, he's in the building. This is his channel. Give me a second. This is the one that y'all want to see. Shouts to my brother, Carnivorous Podcast. Go ahead, my brother. Talk your shit.
Oh no, can y'all hear me?
Yo, we can hear you.
He's skittish. He's skittish. Don't do too much. I'm telling you.
No, I'm not even going to speak on the topic. I think y'all doing a great job. I was just trying to see if my setup was working right.
Oh no, that shit clean.
Okay, good.
Who that who that over the left shoulder?
That's Miles Davis and Muhammad Ali.
Damn, it's clean. You even got your own. You even got your own little background. He doing the vampire from Brooklyn Fingers.
Can I ask you a question, bro?
Wait, hold on real quick while we got hold on. You know what, a lot of times, Bob Arum, yeah. So there go Bob Arum. I'm Al Heyman, and here come Bob Arum. You know what happens a lot of times, Chef, that I don't like, bro?
What?
This is literally your channel, and they see you the least. The least.
Listen, I had a whole show planned for the day. Right? It's crazy. I might do it tomorrow, around lunchtime.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing I'm gonna do the Ballad of the Bullet. I'm gonna do MLK Letter from Birmingham Jail. And I'm gonna do The Message by Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five. And I'm gonna do a speech by what's his name? Thurgood Marshall, right? One of his pivotal speeches. And because I wanna show that, we didn't have to succumb to racism. The greatest of ours during that time, in the midst of getting dogs sick on them and everything, didn't succumb to racism. One used the political apparatus, one used the legal apparatus, and one used the activist apparatus. You dig what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then I'm just throwing the message in there, but none of them succumbed to racism, right? Those that's like some of their best work that we can. You dig what I'm saying? Where they was at the top of what they was, their point. They was at the zenith of their shit. Like if you wanna extrapolate what was the core message of Malcolm X, right? Aside from the nonsense of the Nation of Islam, this was in 1964. He was kicked out of the Nation of Islam. You dig what I'm saying? If you want to know the quintessential, what was his own philosophy, devoid of the Nation of Islam, what did he feel? You dig what I'm saying? Then you read the Ballad of the Bullet, and he didn't succumb to racism at all. You dig what I'm saying? It was strictly political maneuvering, right? And Martin Luther King, if you wanted to know how he really felt, that letter from the Birmingham jail, it wasn't a sermon. You dig what I'm saying? He didn't mix his religion into it. He wasn't trying to appease this group or that group. It was a letter that he wrote in earnesty to, the clergy of Birmingham. Great. And the Thurgood Marshall piece. You dig what I'm saying? It show you how he really felt and how he felt the law, would be our best way of getting, what we wanted. And then the message is just to round everything in. It was written in 1982 by Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five. And this was in my African American literature book. And I really wanted to read this to show you that obviously hip hop was African American culture, because even in African American literature, if you ever take that course, you have hip hop in there, right? You have they got works from Sister Soldier, they got works from Tupac, and they got works from Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five and a couple other ones, just to show that it's definitely African American culture. But I wanted to do that today. I wasn't able to, but I just wanted to see if everything was clean and everything was working right. I appreciate y'all. Y'all doing an amazing job. Joey, I feel like you can land some punches. I feel like you can land some punches on Logic. So just do your thing. You dig what I'm saying? Because I think Logic gonna maul you to death on this topic, but just land some punches, Joey.
Hey, but why you? Nah, but why you running up there, Chef? Though, for real, hold up. Since
you ain't even gonna patch up a little bit on the back before you say that, bro. You just gonna say,
Joey,
I say live.
Joey be ready to. You be ready. Hold up, but Chef, I know you on the Mount Rushmore FBA, bro. I'm gonna apologize. I was trying to be too scientific when it came to the role of Latinos in hip hop, right?
Mm-hmm.
So kind of the way I was using, I was trying to use the data, you know what I'm saying, and it messed my head up. I should have known better. I was tripping. We African Americans had to teach the Latinos how to do hip hop in order for them to do hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So I'm done with it, Chef. I'm conceding. It took me a minute, but
my man. But they was there. But the point you was making was they was there.
Yeah, and I fought it hard even when I knew I shouldn't have, because I was like, oh man, the science on my side. So I had to be like, you know what, dog? I am not going to use a scientific method to be on bullshit, gang. I'm not.
You mean you're not going to use the scientific method to be on bullshit?
Not to be on bullshit.
Man, that is refreshing.
I'm not.
That is a refreshing concept. So, on another subject, but hey, real quick, let's tighten up this premise. Are you, as the owner of the channel, you are more than welcome to stay, Chef. But I got to finish sorting this out with these two brothers.
Y'all do your thing, man.
An hour and 15 minutes.
Hold on. When is the debate?
We still got to hash that out right now. So we got the two premises.
Don't let them trick you, Logic. I seen them with the metal net up there.
You saw that?
I left. I said that shit is voodoo.
I had to stop him, yo. He was about to be in the TLA if I ain't started asking him questions, bro. I said, hold up, gang.
That's exactly where I was going, Logic. That's exactly where I was going.
Yeah.
All right, so
y'all doing an awesome job. Nail this down. I'm out.
All right, hey, so you going live? You going live tomorrow? What time? So I'm playing no show.
Don't hold me to it. Playing everything,
just shut it, and then just hit me up, and I'll shut it down before you go live. That's how we do it. I want to keep the content up. All right, G, later. All right, so the two premises we got, just so y'all both know, so we can keep this thing going. Peace to the chat. I'm gonna drop the link in the chat so y'all can comment in a second. We're not gonna be up here much longer. The first question will be: was the afterlife for everybody, regardless of social status, in ancient Egypt? And the second question is: did ancient Egypt balance Mayat or mask oppression? So y'all got y'all marching orders. How much time? I'm gonna start with Joey to be fair. And even if I moderate Joey, I have nothing to do with the judging. Asar MK, he'll be one of the judges, and I think he's impartial. I don't know. Is he an archer?
Yeah, he's an archer. But I mean,
but we'll find somebody. We'll find him as one that'll represent Joseph, and then we'll find somebody for you that'll be impartial for you. But I want the other person to at least be educated enough on Egypt that at least, picture it as at least Asar and the other judge could spar, because they're going to have to talk to each other when we do the points show, where we say they was right on this point, wrong on this point. They might have messed this up. That'll be a show with Asar and a show with the other judge. And I'm just going to moderate. So don't worry about, obviously I'm pulling for Logic, but me being the moderator, I can't influence it by just asking the questions, Joseph. So Joseph, How long do you need to figure this out?
I'm gonna say a week.
Okay, so 1 week. Today is Monday. So tomorrow, next week, Monday?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. What about you, Logic?
I don't want to rush, especially given what the last couple days look like, and I'm gonna say the uncomfortable 2 weeks, bro. I think I want 2 weeks, and I definitely feel like Joey need 2 weeks.
We would have to, if we're going to do 2 weeks, can we compromise and come back next Monday for a face-off?
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
Yeah, that way, it'll give me time. We'll come up with a good format. Now that y'all at least got the title. So what is that date? 2 weeks.
I'm looking it up now.
See, Joseph, see how easy this was?
You know, Brass, nobody on the planet Earth calls me Joseph anymore.
September 1st.
It's a term of endearment rather than calling you nigga.
Labor Day? I don't want to do it on Labor Day.
You said 2 weeks.
I don't know how to take that, Brass.
I know you don't. That's why I said it.
August 31st.
August 31st?
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying, I'm trying to work on the, you don't seem like somebody I should just be talking crazy to. So I figured Joseph is a more formal of Joey.
Now that I'm looking at it, that's Labor Day weekend. I'm definitely moving around that weekend.
Oh, and just so all you guys know, next Saturday is my birthday, yeah?
Hey, happy birthday. You're going to be 80 what? You're going to be 80 what?
48.
Oh, my bad. Thought it was 84.
How about this? We're
not going into September, Logic. So that means instead of 14 days, it'll be 10. Would it be less? It won't be more. Because I don't want to drag this out. Because remember, we got fantasy. We got a whole football about to start after that. Ain't nobody going to care.
All right.
Yo, it's a sacrifice. You can't, you know about sacrifice.
The 27th? Is that what you're talking about?
What is the 27th?
Wednesday. Next Wednesday.
Okay, so face off Monday, debate Wednesday. I like that. Are you good with that, Joseph? I mean, Joey. My bad. You good with that? I like Joseph.
I did say a week.
Yeah, because he said a week, so he's good. So it sounds like now you the one that's scrambling for time at this point, Logic.
I mean, I said next Wednesday.
Okay, let's get it. So yeah. August 27th.
I'm scared.
Okay, August 27th. So now just going over the parameters. We already secured Asar MK. Asar, you're on the server. We'll talk about it separately. The title of the debate, and I'll talk to Sadiq tomorrow. The title of the debate was the afterlife for everybody? It's two premises. Was the afterlife for everybody, regardless of social status in ancient Egypt? And did ancient Egypt balance Mayat, or did it mask oppression? I already like that title.
That second question. That's a great question.
Yep. For everything everybody says is wrong with ChatGPT, ChatGPT wins again.
Yeah, that's a great question.
All right, so we good. Hey, I wanna say something to you, Logic, real quick. So I was watching that show with you and Kyle, right? You know, Kyle made a premise on that show that we that we have to strive for excellence, regardless of the time period.
That's another thing I wanted to comment on. because you know what, Brass?
Lord.
I'm usually not this guy, right? But I'm gonna take that particular statement as being so profound in the conversation, right? When I said, excuse me,
it was on the civil rights slide.
No, but I know it's still pertaining to it, right? Because I think I said it on that live. I was like, bro, I want to consider our very best to be among the very best ever. You know what I'm saying? Like our very best have to be among the coldest niggas to ever do it. Like they wouldn't be second tier, like in any category if they won our best. You feel what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Because we cold. So So the whole second tier, what versus the first tier thing, I think it becomes like a little bit of a necessary conversation. And tiers doesn't do it any justice. Saying the words first tier, second tier, it doesn't do it no justice. But you really shouldn't, in any capacity, be comparing a Martin Luther King to a Naeem Akbar. It's just,
So real quick, right? Real quick. I want to find something. I looked something up earlier. Because every time we start talking, right, the first statement is always that we don't discuss white people enough, right? We're not critical enough of them in regards to this. So I looked up a guy who didn't have a degree at the time. It was Plenders. And essentially the argument was that there was another guy who didn't have a degree. He's actually the father. Hold on 1 second. Y'all go ahead and talk. So y'all talk about the debate. I just want to find something real quick. Y'all talk about the debate. I need like 3 minutes.
Joey, I think you got this. I want you to get as much.
Logic got me. Joey, you got me your mic.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it simple. I'm gonna keep it as much help as you can, Joey. Don't be afraid to ask questions, even if it's from me. But like, be prepared. You know what I'm saying? I think that there's enough room in both of those titles right there for you to make some pretty good arguments, for sure.
Hey, shouts to my man Shakir. Said he want to tell us that we're killing it in the production, the continuity, the diverse topics y'all been putting this month is top level. Hey, we appreciate you, my brother. We appreciate the chat.
Definitely appreciate the comment like that. That's super fire, bro. We appreciate that, man. Because I ain't gonna lie, man. This definitely ain't easy all the time. All the time being the key word. Anybody might be able to press the button, but it can become a bit of a task when you got to keep doing it. You know what I'm saying? But here we are. We try.
Hey, we 11 days consistent. So real quick, Joey, I want your opinion on this. So without much research, admittedly, hold on 1 second. Without much research, admittedly, the question that we've always had is now, for some reason, everybody is defending Dr. Ben. And once again, I want to make my stance very clear on Dr. Ben. Dr. Ben, to me, is more of a and Rufus, no, we don't want to time you out. All comments are good comments, whether we like them or not. YouTube, if it's too vulgar for YouTube, they'll time you out. So back to Dr. Ben, Benjamin. So Benjamin, shouts to brother Reggie. I know that's one of his mentors or scholars. My stance with him is probably not exactly like everybody else's, but I at least want to get my stance on the table. So my stance on Dr. Ben is this. Is he an historical figure? Yes. Is he scholarly? Yes. Is he flawed? Yes. Is everybody flawed? Yes. Has he lied? Yes. So everybody lied? Yes. I think when people say he taught at Cornell University, I think they use the term taught very loosely. I don't think they went to college or they wouldn't really understand. He was more like a guest lecturer, more brought in for motivation. I think Dr. James Turner skipped a lot of qualified people if it was about teaching, because even though I guess he's always been called Dr. Ben, he didn't even have the honorary doctorate at the time. So I'm assuming that was just his name, or he was telling people he had a doctorate. I don't know. I don't even care. Do I discredit people for lying on their resume to get a job? Nope. Do I discredit people for doing their best to get into Cornell University if he got the hookup? I mean, I would assume the majority of jobs on the planet are jobs due to nepotism or a friend hooking you up. So one of the things that was said is that we don't take a look at other people. And I'm only picking other people and other people of a different color. So part of the reason why I'm looking at this particular person is because shouts to another person in the community. And he has a smaller channel, right? Well, not smaller, but more obscure channel. He's more into music, it seems like to me, and he has fire music at that. But he made a case for Flanders Petrie in the late 19th century. So I did some outside research on it, but with just people complain that we use ChatGPT too much. But this is what I say. Give me an argument to where ChatGPT can't answer the question fast. I remember this hypocrite I know would always say, well, hypocrites, I guess, would always say, ChatGPT, people that complain about ChatGPT complained about Wikipedia, and that ChatGPT necessarily is something so that you can't just immediately fool somebody, the average Joe, the average unscientific person that may not know something. So if I'm trying to find out detailed information on Flanders Petrie, I can get base surface level information, right? So if I ask a question like, Flanders Petrie didn't have a degree, what's the difference between him and Dr. Ben? What I'm learning too is, based on my previous conversations, I know how to fix it, but I'm kind of trying to stay in the same train. So for surface level questions, it remembers my previous conversations, right? But I've asked my ChatGPT to, at a bare minimum, be refreshing. So it'll be a refresh, like an updated what's in it. So I said it says, good question. The difference between Flanders Petrie not having a degree and, say, Dr. Ben or others you've been critiquing, even ChatGPT thinks I'm like Uncle Tom or something. Not having one comes down to context, standards, and honesty. Here's the breakdown. Flanders Petrie was in the late 19th century. University degrees were not the only or even the main route into archaeology. Many were gentlemen scholars or trained through apprenticeship. Somebody mute their mic. You all right? How's you? University degrees were not only or even the main route into archaeology. Many were gentlemen scholars or trained through apprenticeships. Petrie gained his expertise through field work, surveying, and methodological rigor, not through formal academic training. He's credited with introducing scientific techniques like sequence dating, stratigraphy, precise measurement into archaeology. While eccentric and controversial in some of his racial theories later in life, his methods became standards in archaeology. Importantly, Petrie never claimed false degrees. He was recognized based on his actual work. Now, what I've come to know is that ChatGPT can be wrong sometimes, right? So you can ask it for sources. Somebody just hit the pen. Okay, no. Logic's up here twice. So you can ask it for sources. So I'll ask that before I go so you can go look it up. I don't even know much about the man. I'm not touting the man. I'm just making the base difference in the conversation about this is someone who didn't have a degree versus the difference between just him and Dr. Ben. I don't know much about him. We could do the sources after. It'll take about 5 minutes, right? So in the modern context, 20th century and onward, so mind you, we're talking about the late 19th century with Flanders Petrie, modern context, 20th century onward. By the time Dr. Ben, Francis Cresswell-Sing, and others, formal degrees and peer-reviewed scholarship were the established standards. When someone claims degrees they don't have, i.e. Dr. Ben calling himself doctor without a PhD, that's seen as misrepresentation. Their research was often not subject to the same methodological scrutiny Petrie faced in his era. Pseudoscientific claims like melanin theory, fabricated timelines, or unfounded historical reconstructions undermine credibility when paired with false credentials. The key difference is Petrie had no degree but pioneered scientific methods and didn't misrepresent his qualifications. Afrocentric pseudos Like Dr. Ben, no degree, claimed false authority, and often relied on unsourced or inaccurate narratives. Petrie, honest autodidact, another autodidact, that's scary to me. Honest autodidact, innovator in methods. Dr. Ben, dishonest about credentials, reliant on pseudosciences. So my main point is this: is not to prove him right or prove one wrong. My point is, I agree with almost everything that anybody is saying in regards to am I going to knock them necessarily? No. But I've heard people in this community, quote unquote thought leaders in this community, say to my face that Black Men of the Nile is an academic book and that it's in museums and different things like that. But then in the same breath say, I would never teach it because it's not an academic book. It's a historical book. It's an important book, yes. One of the things I would definitely say about Dr. Benjamin is that he's definitely a cultural figure. He definitely got young people and people that didn't know excited about learning about Black Men of the Nile and the context in between. But for some reason, when we say that, everything gets lost because we just say he didn't have a degree and that he really wasn't qualified. Not as he's qualified as a guest lecturer, maybe a motivator, maybe somebody to give you some short term, this, that, and the other. But long term, his works didn't stand the time, even though some of his students did. So I'm gonna say salute to Benjamin. I don't think everything is the same. I don't think, when you give these waving wave of the wand, anything in pre 1991, anything in the 60s, anything in the 40s, anything in the 50s, give a pass. Coincidentally, like we saw with the bell curve show we did this morning, what you also do is you give things like skull theory a pass too on their side. You give a thing like the bell curve a pass too on their side, because it was just a sign of their times and what they were doing at the time. So I think the Times is a bad argument, but I know you'll keep using it. I think Dr. Ben is definitely a cultural and historical figure, and you'll still keep pushing him as an academic one and just using the guise of all he did was lie on his resume, which is whatever. And I think this morning I played the bell curve because I do think maybe we should have a little balance. And Logic, do you have anything else? Because I want to say an apology at the end. So Logic or okay, Logic, you got anything before we leave?
Nah, you can go ahead and close out.
All right, so I want to give an apology to all of the community that thinks that we are tearing down legacies versus critiquing legacies. I think that I want to apologize for, two, not four. I'll tell you what I'm apologizing for in a second. I want to apologize to all of the people that believe that we are tearing down their identities because they're so intertwined with their elders and haven't established an identity of their own. And I want to apologize because there are times when on our channel we do shows and content that interests us, and that you get the privilege of watching the Discord chats, which are just raw conversation. There's channels to get sourced out information. We like to have conversations on the fly. So those are the people that I want to send this apology to. So now I want to tell you what I want to apologize for. Absolutely motherfucking nothing.